I just want to say to my colleagues, to all of us, I'm deeply concerned that Nigeria has hired the K Street lobbying firm, DCI, to the tune of $9 million, $750,000 a month. And a billionaire, has entered into a $120,000 a month contract with Valcor to influence Congress and the executive branch. And
Tinubu hired some international lobbyists. This man went all ahead to pay as big as $9 million US to a US lobbying company, so that this people will help him to convince those who are very much close to Donald Trump, so that they will sell another narrative, another story about what is happening in Nigeria to Donald Trump, so that whatever he's planning against Nigeria as regards to fighting against terrorism in Nigeria, so that he will have another view of what is happening.
US don't run Tinubu street to big street. So today, after Tinubu government paid $9 million US lobbyists to Washington DC firm to downplay Christian genocide in Nigeria, today the US congressman rep himself said that that decision and action of Tinubu trying to downplay Christian genocide in Nigeria.
Guys, are you all seeing what is happening? The US are now exposing President Tinubu. Imagine President Tinubu using $9 million to bribe a US firm to lie about what is happening in Nigeria, that there is no Christian genocide, but every day people keep dying. President Tinubu has not made any statement. He has not made any statement. The only thing President Tinubu is more interested right now is for him to be voted as president for second term. That's the only thing that he wants. He doesn't care about whatever is happening. God, what is really happening in Nigeria at this point? What is really happening? Look at the way they keep killing Christians in Nigeria. Even though President Donald Trump has warned them to stop, to do something about it, or he's going to intervene. President Tinubu does not care at this point. President Tinubu is more concerned about electing people that are going to help him to get vote. That's all he's interested right now. That's the only thing he's interested. Election is next year. He just wants to win this election. He doesn't even care if the whole of Nigerians are being quiet by this Fulanis. He just wants to win this election. Anyway, guys, if you're new to my channel, you have to subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop a comment. I want you to take a look and watch this video.
But the truth remains that Donald Trump himself knows exactly what is happening in Nigeria. I keep on saying it, that we can only solve this problem by ourselves. We should not expect any kind of savior from anywhere, because nobody is ready to leave his country to come down and help Africa without gaining anything from Africa. Now, Donald Trump, having known what is happening, these people were paid $9 million US to sell a new story and a new narrative to Donald Trump, that Tinubu is already fighting for Christians in Nigeria, that he's doing his best to ensure that whatever that is being reported is already being taken care of. That is to say that there will be no need for the United States intervention over insurgency in Nigeria. This is to tell you that Tinubu is only interested in 2027. And he's aware that Donald Trump has a personal issue he wants to settle in Nigeria. Donald Trump also knows the history and the track record of the person who is in charge of Nigeria government. Who knows, had it been this money was not even paid to this lobbyist to go and soften the mind of Donald Trump, so that if he wanted to throw 10 bombs, let him throw just once. We can see that even after he launched that airstrike in Sokoto, since then nothing serious has been happening. We only heard that they sent some military equipment down to Abuja to support Nigeria to continue fighting terrorism. Does it mean that this thing is actually working? Because the level at which we are expecting Donald Trump to walk and fire down on these people has drastically been reduced. Who knows? Had it been this money was not even paid, maybe by now Trump will be warming up or must have executed what he executed in Venezuela and Nigeria. Guys, what do you think will be the possible outcome of what just happened between Tinubu's government and those who are very close to Donald Trump? Let me know what you think in the comments, guys, and follow this page if you want more updates like this.
Passed into law in 1988, and it has made a major difference globally, including now in Nigeria. We can't take our eyes off of that. I just want to say to my colleagues, to all of us, I'm deeply concerned that Nigeria has hired the K Street lobbying firm, DCI, to the tune of $9 million, $750,000 a month. And a billionaire, has entered into a $120,000 a month contract with Valcor to influence Congress and the executive branch. And Ambassador, you know as well as I over these many years, because you have fought this fight. They hire these firms, they come up with their very well-written talking points to say, nothing to see here. Whether it be Haiti, China does it better than anyone else, or worse, really, is what it is. We saw it with Romania. I remember during the years of Nicholas Ceausescu, and I led the effort on that, along with Frank and you, Sam, Mr. Ambassador. And they always had these lobbying firms that said, Ceausescu's a good guy. He has all these churches that he has opened. He was torturing Christians. And the book that got me into religious freedom myself was Torture for Christ by Richard Wurmbrand, who talked about the duplicity and unfortunately, how these firms are just so good at advocating for their client. Well, advocate for freedom and end to religious persecution. I have many other things I'd say, but I want to cut it off here. And I do want to thank, again, all of you for being here. I'd like to yield to my good friend, Ranking Member Jacobs, for any comments you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And thank you, all the witnesses, for testifying before the subcommittee on this important.
Nigeria is a misplaced priority. He criticized Tinubu, said that instead of Tinubu to invest the money on solving the security threat or security issue in Nigeria, Tinubu decided to waste the money on paying Washington DCI fame to downplay Christian genocide. The real question now is, so our $9 million is gone, Otilo. This is like 14 million naira. Yet, they are still dragging Tinubu and talking about the Christian genocide. The sole aim they spent this money wasn't achieved. So they run Tinubu street. I think at this point, Tinubu and the government should ask for refund. Those people, they wasted our 14 billion. May they return the money, because the reason why they pay them the money, they are still talking about the Christian genocide. They never stopped. So what's the essence of 14 billion? May they refund our money. This is crazy. This is crazy. And this administration incompetency, landed us in this mess. This administration is demarcating this country more than, the cities they are accusing of demarcating the Nigeria. Just imagine what they are discussing. Say Tinubu pay bribe to cover up Christian genocide. It's crazy. It's not a good name.
When a country pays to be believed, and the savior is now part of the transaction, you already know the truth is in trouble. So Nigeria did not hire a security company. Nigeria hired a story, and the people who claim to save Christians are now being paid to rewrite the suffering. So, Nigeria signed a $9 million contract with a powerful American political lobbying firm. Not just any firm, but the one tied directly to Donald Trump's political machine. The lobbying firm is made up of Trump's campaign managers, Republican convention chiefs, and even Roger Stone, Trump's longtime political strategist. And what did Nigeria hire them to do? Not to train soldiers, not to rescue kidnapped Christians, but to sell a story to America. A story that says Nigeria is protecting Christians and fighting jihadists. Now, here is the first truth we must face. America already knows what is happening in Nigeria. They don't need Nigeria to explain it. They know the Nigerian state is failing in parts of the country. So why pay $9 million? Because this is not about facts. This is about what America is allowed to do with those facts. To understand this better, there are only two parts when genocide or religious persecutions are happening. Let's get down to the facts. Option one is that America labels Nigeria a persecutor state. The sanction, court aids, and all that. Option two, which is what Nigeria is opting for. America keeps Nigeria as a security partner. Weapons, training, airstrikes, intelligence sharing, military funding, but there's no condition. So the idea before this happens is that Nigeria must not be officially branded a criminal state. So Nigeria hired Trump's people to make sure the label never sticks. So make it.
Hello guys, how are you all doing? I think God is actually exposing a lot of things in front of Nigerians for Nigerians to see. Look at how the US are exposing Nigeria president. Nigeria president pay a US firm to cover up for the Christian genocide, what is happening in Nigeria, to cover up that they are all lies, so that whatever Donald Trump is planning to do in Nigeria, Donald Trump will start believing from this news spread in America. Guess what? He paid $9 million. $9 million. That's like 13 billion naira in Nigeria currency. Why Nigerians are there crying of hunger? Why Nigerians are there suffering? Have you seen Nigerians who are living in Lagos, Makoko? Have you seen that 9 million would have helped a lot of Nigeria? It is Kai Sina that came to Nigeria to build schools for those people. That 9 million would have helped a lot of poor Nigerians who are suffering. He chose to give that to America for them to cover up what is happening in Nigeria. Everyone is seeing what is happening in Nigeria. Every day they keep buying Christians. Look at what happened in Kwara State. That if they don't want to convert to Muslim, they'll be buying, and that's how they buy them. Nigerians are really shocked that nothing is shocking Nigerians anymore. President Tinubu can do anything to be elected this second term. We don't know what's happening. We don't know what will go. We don't know what's going to happen as of now, because we are just watching how Americans keep exposing President Tinubu. His wife traveled to America. He wanted to go to this show, and this man says, no, I can never give my platform for her to say. They are trying to cover up whatever. There are a lot of things that are happening in Nigeria. Instead of them to use that 9 million to save lives in Nigeria, they want to use it to cover up for the things that they are doing. Guys, please, if you're new to my channel, you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe, like, and drop your comment. Let me know what you think, and please guys, don't forget to subscribe. And I just want to say thank you for watching my video. See you guys, bye.